Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights. I am JD, aka He Who Pods. Glasses on today, ring light on today, so also rear view mirror. And so Dash will be joining us in just a moment for the Dash topic of the day. But first, there's something I just gotta get into. On record, on this channel, on this podcast, I have said multiple times that I'm not the biggest Lil Wayne fan. And because Dash is not able to really be on the pod full time right now, I have spoken with Dash and we decided that we're not going to review Lil Wayne's album because it will be hard for me to listen to the album in full and give an objective review on the album because I'm already not the biggest Lil Wayne fan. And if you are living under a rock, then let me tell you that the album has not been well received. All over the internet, people are dragging Lil Wayne for this album. Now, I will say, I did hear some of the album. From what I hear, he's doing a phenomenal job rapping. He is rapping his ass off on these tracks. What I surmise is that he was not able to really put together great songs, though. Great rapping, not great songs. That's my summary from what I understand from what I've heard. And that's all I will say about the album itself. But unfortunately, once again, I have to speak about Lil Wayne because of his friends. And I'm going to put friends in air quotes today because I'm not really sure if this person is his friend or not. And we'll get to that in just a moment. But today, I stumbled upon something that I thought was interesting and worth sharing. And so I'm not going to play it because they'll probably strip the YouTube. They're going to say, I can't play this. But I'm going to read to y'all some lyrics from one of Lil Wayne's friends. Someone by the name of Nicki Minaj, who we spoke about before on this platform, how she has tried to come to his aid during those Super Bowl moments. And during everything that was going on with the Super Bowl is probably a better way to say it. How she publicly tweeted about him and the NFL and how they were doing an injustice by not, booking him. And so if you missed that, you can go back in our channel and find that. We discussed that when it happened. But there's a song that I guess is a remix. Lil Wayne has a song called Banned from NO. It is a flip on Banned from TV, a classic hip hop record, a classic posse cut, if you will. And so his song is called Banned from NO. And so now there's a Banned from NO remix featuring Nicki Minaj. And it says here in her lyrics, NFL, fire some niggas and then call us. And that is a callback to when she was saying like the NFL should do better. She also says in her verse, if I send a pic of Shannon, you ain't that sharp. So I just want to say I'm a little confused here. Because if they are friends, why is Nicki not on this album? I'm assuming that this remix will be on the deluxe. I don't know if there should be a deluxe, so the album was already 19 songs. I'm confused. If you are such a good friend of Lil Wayne, why have you not helped Lil Wayne put together a good song so he can have a good single to help promote this project? If you're Lil Wayne's friend, why you keep busting shots at the NFL? Isn't that going to hurt his chances of being at the Super Bowl? Because I don't think this is going to help his chances of being at the Super Bowl, which I said months ago when all the tweets were happening. And I just don't understand this move. And I just don't understand what's going on between Nicki and Wayne. Now, I'm a nobody. I don't have the ability to call either one of them. I'm a nobody, right? I don't have any intel here. I just don't understand what's going on because sure, it's cool that she's on the remix. And, I guess she'll be on the deluxe, like I said. But if Lil Wayne is struggling so much, with his project, his creative process. Why as his friend are you not helping him? And I understand that Nicki Minaj is a powerful person in the industry and a legend in the industry. I never have any doubt about any of that. I just don't understand what she thinks she's going to accomplish by continuously dissing Rock Nation, Jay-Z, and the NFL. Because that's what the lyric means. Fire some niggas. Some niggas is Jay-Z and his people. I don't understand what you hope to gain from this. Because you're going up against one of the more powerful people in the industry with a huge company and lots of ties to various other things. So I don't really understand what Nicki Minaj is hoping to gain here or accomplish here. And I really don't understand the dynamic, the friendship, quote unquote, between Wayne and Nicki. Because truly, Wayne could have used Nicki's help on this project. And this remix may be too little, too late, because Wayne's project is not doing well. And what happened at MSG didn't help for the opening of his tour. So I don't really know what's going on. Perhaps this was her reaching out and saying, let me help. But I just question what's really going on here, because why didn't you help him with this album? Nicki Minaj knows how to put songs together. We know that for a fact. She's got lots of #1 records. Wayne could have used some of that songwriting and some of those features, some of that singing, some of those, many skills that Nicki Minaj possesses on this album. And so I'm just confused on what's going on with their friendship. And again, what she's hoping to do with this verse and continually dissing the NFL and Jay-Z. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Jay-Z fan. I just feel like, in the words of Jay-Z, do not bark up that tree will fall on you. I think if they could, if this continues, I don't know how well things go for Wayne and Nicki, because, for example, Wayne is on tour. Live Nation runs touring, and they have a direct business with Jay-Z. I just think you're barking up the wrong tree. Not necessarily because you should fear Jay-Z, but because I don't really know what you're gonna accomplish. It's more like you're shooting yourself and Wayne in the foot. And so I'm not even here to diss her or put her down or put Wayne down. I just don't understand these moves. I don't understand their friendship at the moment, if there is one. Um, I guess if you look at it, it looks like she's fighting hard for him. But I feel like if that's the case, where were you when it was album time? I don't know. I have more questions than opinions on this topic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and now it's time for our dash topic of the day.
With me, Dash.
That's right. So we spoke about BET, but we realized we kind of missed some things that we wanted to discuss.
Yeah, we rushed through that topic
Yeah.
because of me. It's my fault. I was trying to cram everything into a short amount of time. Normally, we don't have limitations on how much time we spend on a topic. So, trying to figure out how to squeeze everything into a certain time frame. We missed a couple of things that were pretty significant.
Right.
So, as we said previously, the BET Awards is the culmination of an entire weekend of events. Jim Jones was doing an interview. There were all kinds of different things going on throughout the weekend. Jim Jones was doing an interview. I forget who he was doing the interview with. Do you have the interview?
Oh, no, but I can find it if you want me to find it.
Sure. Yeah, maybe I didn't. I meant to send it to you, and I probably didn't.
That's okay.
So Jim Jones is doing an interview, and Ciara's walking by, just randomly, just coincidentally walking by. She's not actually supposed to be a part of this interview that Jim Jones is in. So Ciara basically acknowledges that she is not supposed to be there, and she says something like, I know I'm barging in or whatever, and she goes and she sits down next to Jim Jones, and she starts telling Jim Jones that he needs to marry
I
Chrissy.
got it.
Oh, please play it. 'Cause I can show you better than I can tell you. Because we need this to happen. Sorry, because I just really need this to happen. I don't want to get mad at me because I don't know how you're going to feel, but I really need y'all to just go ahead and I'm coming in hot. Should I just stay on what I'm on right now? Stay on it. Yeah, go ahead. Stay on it because why not? Why not? Like y'all have like lived life in every capacity anyone could live in. You're living like you've already done it. So let's just seal it properly. Seal it properly because you know what? He deserves it. You deserve it. Why not? Like I look at y'all and I'm like, they're so cute and so fly. Chrissy is so beautiful and so dope, and she holds you down, like down, down, down. Like this is a spirit talking through me right now. I'm just saying, like I saw you and I got excited because I love what you are to make music and between it to me coming up. And also when I see y'all like from a love perspective, y'all like touch so many people. It's time. It's time. A little bit okay.
All right, you said this is fun, so I'll let you go first.
Put my glasses on because felt like one of the moments where I just needed to. Cece, girl, what you doing? What, Cece? I love me some Ciara. I really do. I think she's beautiful. I think she's talented. She may
Agreed.
not be talented in all of the things she thinks she is, and that's fine. That's a different story for a different day. But she's super talented. She's a phenomenal dancer. I can watch her dance any day of the week. Cece, why you bother that man? Why did you bother that man? This was inappropriate. Bless you. This was inappropriate.
Thank you.
I love love. You know, I think that people should do what they want to do, but I also people don't people in love and people who love and respect each other do not have to get married. That's not one does not equal the other. Should those things happen if that's what those two people want? Um, if they love and respect each other and are able to live together and partner with each other and yes, if that's what they want. But also you can't just walk around telling people that they have to get married. How archaic is that? Are we in the 1950s? I feel like this came from a good place. But also I feel like, girl, stop being nosy and messy because I think the most frustrating part of this for me is that I don't even really feel much of a way about the fact that she said it to Jim Jones. I kind of feel sorry for Chrissy. I don't know what Chrissy's situation is. I know in the past she has wanted to marry Jim. I don't know what's going on anymore. I haven't watched Love and Hip Hop in years, many years. So I have no idea if they are even still on it or what their lives are like. But what I can say is, if anything, she probably caused dissension in their home that they didn't need. Because why are you bringing this to a public platform for people to now have fodder about their relationship when their relationship don't got nothing to do with that lady? I realized that she's very happily married and having her babies and enjoying her life. And she wants that for other people. And I think that it's okay to want to see other people happy and in love and thriving in healthy, growing relationships. That's okay. But you can't project your stuff onto other people. And I just felt like this was a growth projection. Like, girl, you got the man and you got the family and you are living your best life, and that's wonderful. But you can't get on a public platform and tell this man what he needs to do with the woman he's with. It's weird and honestly probably awkward and uncomfortable for the woman that you were trying to, I guess, defend. Um and she, to be fair, she said, I want this for both of them. Okay, but like, did anybody ask you, Cece? Did anybody ask you for your opinion? Because you literally, oof, that hurt my body. You literally interrupted this man's interview to talk to him about his relationship on camera, on a microphone. It's weird.
It's
And it's
gross.
awkward. And it's inappropriate.
It's
And
gross.
it would be inappropriate if anybody did it. I just feel like even if it comes from a good place, it doesn't really matter. What you did wasn't cool. And I would, if I was at home minding my own business and my man was being interviewed because he's about to perform at an award show or something like that, and somebody came up to me, went up to him with that, I would be pissed. If I was Chrissy, I'd be pissed. Like, I don't care what good your intention, what intentions you thought. I would even be annoyed if you said it to him privately, but at least he said it to him privately and not so that millions of people could see it. I don't know. Let me sit back though, because 3 weeks post-op.
So this is the dash topic of the day. I don't want to do this for 20 minutes, even though I probably could. So I'm going to set a 1 minute timer and try my best to do this in 1 minute.
Okay, you can set for longer than 1 minute though. You can set it for like 5. We still got a good 5 minutes.
All right, then you could let me know when to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, Ciara, this was not your interview.
No.
So
Ridiculous.
so that alone makes this egregious. To interrupt
Right.
somebody else's interview and
Mm-hmm.
come in and say what quote unquote the spirits are telling you to say
The Lord sent me.
is messed up. That's the first mess up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The second mess up you already said, which is
Mm-hmm.
whatever thoughts you have on the relationship, you could express it in private.
Right.
Number three,
Have them over for dinner or something. Take them out. Like, but also, why would you? Because those are not clearly not your friends. Anyway,
number
please carry on.
three, even if these are both your friends, you're probably embarrassing. I don't know why I got 3 fingers up. Even if these are both your friends,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably embarrassing both your friends.
Agree.
But it looked like you're not either one's friend. It looked
Yeah,
like
it didn't seem that
you were
way.
walking by and were like, "Oh, that's Jim Jones. Let me tell him to marry his girl."
Right.
Which leads me to my next one, which
And you don't know
is
what's going on with in them people's house. Sorry.
no, you're right.
Like, you really don't, because maybe there's a reason they're not getting married, and that's a possibility too.
That's where I was going next. You don't know
Mm-hmm.
what is going on with this couple. You don't know
Mm-hmm.
what's going on in their household. You don't know what shit you may have just stirred up.
Yep,
You don't know what you may have done to that couple right now in this moment. You could be the cause of a breakup right now.
that's true. That's real.
And now, let's take it where it really needs to go. Dash,
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you chiming in on this topic, but you was given a lot of lady perspective. You spoke about Ciara's perspective. You spoke about Chrissy's perspective. Let me give you a little bit of man perspective.
Oh,
If a man
please do.
interrupted Ciara's interview, any man,
Mm-hmm.
if a man interrupted Ciara's interview and said, "Hey, Ciara, man, I know. Listen, I hope it's all right. Listen, I'm coming in hot. I hope that's okay. But I just need to say, you really need to marry your dude."
I mean, okay,
And
yes.
if a man did this, that man would be dragged that man would be canceled. People would be trying to probably like arrest this dude. He wouldn't be able to perform at the awards. I'm speaking in hyperbole on
I don't
purpose.
know if it would have went that
I'm
far,
speaking in
but
hyperbole on purpose for those in the
okay, because I'm
comments.
like
I'm being
that.
a little extra on purpose because my point is there's
Mhm.
no way on God's green earth that this
Mhm.
would be allowed if this was a man.
Well, I also think that I don't think there should have been any way on God's green earth that anybody could have gotten away with this. I don't understand. Was it Power 105? I believe it was Power 105, if I'm not mistaken. Why didn't anyone stop Ciara? I don't understand. If you're conducting an interview, if you're in the middle of an interview, I'm not saying that she shouldn't take ownership for what she did. She absolutely should. I'm totally in agreement with that. But I also don't understand why it's their show, it's their content that they're creating. I don't understand why they did not politely ask Ciara to wait her turn, or please, we just let us finish this interview first, or I don't care who it was.
Because they
I
don't
don't
give a
care
fuck
that it
about
was.
that. The only thing they care about is clickbaity shit that's going to give them views, which is exactly what's happening.
But
They
it's
said, "Oh, two
disrespectful
celebs.
to.
Let these two celebs." And she
But
said,
that's
"Is it okay?" And Jim Jones said, "Yeah, come on in, girl. Come sit right here."
Well, that's the thing, and I feel like it was disrespectful to the artist who was sitting there. It was disrespectful to Jim Jones. I understand that he gave her an opportunity, but he also had no idea what was coming to him
And my point is,
because he wouldn't have
fuck
let her
Power
sit down.
105 right now. What my point is, because I don't want to
Okay.
take away from what I'm saying. My point is, there's
Mhm.
no way a man could have done this and it would be okay. No way. If a man would have done this, he would have been getting dragged. He would have been canceled. It would have been the end of the world. He would have had to put out a press release apology. Ciara, none of those things are
You
happening with
think so?
Ciara. Yes, I do think
You think
so.
he would have had to apologize and all of that?
Absolutely. Yes.
I just feel like it's the same stuff that Offset did when he went on stage, or the same thing when Kanye got on stage and said, "Oh, I'm gonna let you finish, Taylor." And all. I don't
No.
think men. I don't think men get shunned for doing stuff like that. Not like
There's
that.
no way a man
Not
could
to
have
the
told
point of
another
being
person.
canceled. Not to the point of being canceled or not being able to perform.
I
Or
said those
I
things were
just
hyperbole.
okay.
He would have had to issue a public apology. He would have been dragged through the mud because you cannot tell another person what to do with their relationship. If a man did that to a woman, it'd be game over. So that's the next thing. And the most
Mm-hmm.
important thing is mind your fucking business. That's the most important thing
Yeah.
that I don't hear anybody saying. Yo, Ciara, it
I
don't
said it.
matter. It don't matter if you're the love care bear. It doesn't matter. It
No,
doesn't
I
matter
agree
if
with you.
you
I
are the
said it.
symbol for love on the planet. I don't give a fuck. Mind your fucking business. I want to applaud Jim Jones because Jim Jones handled that very well,
He was
very
very
politely.
respectful.
Oh my God, he did an amazing job. Jim Jones needs to get into acting because he did an amazing job
I
acting
was
like a
surprised.
polite gentleman in that moment. If I was
Yeah.
sitting there and Ciara told me, "Hey, JD, you need to marry so and so," I say, "Ciara, you need to get the fuck out my face and mind your fucking business." That's what the spirits are telling me to tell you. Which leads to my next thing. Motherfuckers always want to tell you what the spirit said. Motherfuckers always want to embody some ancestor. Ayo, don't do that shit. It ain't the
You think
ancestors. It ain't the spirits. It was you. And maybe you
you
had
think
too
she was
much to
drunk?
drink. Or maybe you had some drugs. I don't know. And truly, I don't give a flying fuck.
No,
Mind
I
your
get
fucking business.
yes.
And my last thing is the
Mm-hmm.
bravado and the just I don't give a fuck about it in Ciara is ridiculous and needs to be checked. Because to go
It's
up
such a
there,
weird
to go up there, hold on, to go up there and twice say, I mean, why not? I mean, really though, why not? Why not? You think a man could have went up there and said, why not? Yo, dog, man or woman, you are so brave and ridiculously cocky to go up there and say, yeah, I mean, why not? Why
No,
not?
I agree. I agree. I
Fuck
don't listen.
Ciara.
I don't think any part of what she did was okay. Um I just don't. I
Fuck,
mean,
fuck Ciara for doing this. Amazing dancer, amazing performer. I saw her at the Missy Busta Rhymes Sierra show. Phenomenal. Great. Always looks 10 out of 10. Great body. Great job. But for this, fuck Sierra. Because that shit was way out of line.
okay.
The fuck out of here.
Now this has
I
been the
mean, why
length of.
not?
I mean, this has been the length of an A. Marie Tiny Desk. So.
We can move on. All right. In other egregious news, Tyler Perry went up there and made a speech. I'm
Mhm.
not going to play the speech, but Tyler Perry went up there and made a speech about how he was walking to the beach. He was walking on the beach with his son,
Mhm.
and his son said, "Pop, pop, look, our." Yeah, I heard the speech. I'm not going to say what he said, but Tyler Perry went up there and told a bunch of lies like he likes to do.
Okay.
And Tyler Perry, I'm gonna say, thanked air quotes
Mhm.
women for supporting him and spoke
Mhm.
about how much they support him and how they're gonna make his next new project, um, do well and be successful. And he went up there and gave a sermon like he likes to do now. Um, he said a lot of bullshit, and you had thoughts.
Oh, I thought you had thoughts. Mostly, my only thought was, hmm. Well, I thought about the fact that yes, Tyler Perry is someone who portrays black women, who tends to portray black women, I should say, not every time, all the time, but he tends to portray black women in not the best light. So I just kind of thought it was funny and ironic that he got up there and he talked about how black women support him and how they've made these shows and these movies that he's done so successful, and he has his show that just released on BET, Divorced Sisters, that he knows black women are also going to make that one go up the way the others have, and he was thankful. I mean, I believe him and the gratitude that he was expressing. I guess if you know that black women are your biggest supporters, um, why is it that they always get portrayed the way they do? I think Sisters is probably. I've seen a few episodes of Sisters. I haven't watched the whole series. Um, but I think that's one of the few spaces where he does uplift black women, and they're not as deeply flawed as a lot of his previous characters have been. Like, it's a lot more well-rounded because it's a group of women, I guess, so it's easier to portray them in different ways. I don't think there's anything wrong with creating stories around dark things that are dark or struggles that people have. I think that's honest. I think that's real. I think that, every black woman is not the cookie cutter mom and wife and daughter and sister. So as we often say, we are not a monolith. So there's not one way to portray black women. But I do wonder if he sees if he sees if he sees how impactful he is to black women, why not share more stories of like triumph? I guess is the
Especially
question.
especially when the focus of your speech was that they're trying to erase black history and culture.
Right. So like triumph and positivity and just like living like very normal, happy lives that exists too. I feel like and maybe it's just like what the stories he wants to tell, right? Like even when we talked about Jordan Peele recently, and we were talking about how he has a certain genre or a certain there's specific types of stories he likes to tell, right? And I think as a creator, you have, or as a creative, you have the opportunity to create the stories you want to create. I don't think we should tell you what stories you should create. Show us what you want to show us, right? Write what you want to write. But in the same vein, sometimes that can be frustrating as a consumer, and as someone who wants to see more of us in their content. Like, it's okay to that's why I said this is not a Tyler Perry production, but that's why I said I encourage people to go watch Forever, because I feel like it showed like a really normal Black family, like normal in the sense of what societal norms are, right? Like, they weren't, well, the family of the boy in the show, they weren't struggling. They were they portrayed the dad. The dad was an artist. That's a lie. The dad was a chef. The dad was a chef, but not a typical profession that you would see a Black man in on television or
Right.
in film. The mom, I forget what the mom did, but they were a well-to-do family. Like, it just portrayed something positive. It portrayed that they were successful, that their children were happy and well adjusted, like, which does exist.
Yes.
So I think it's just about making the stories more well rounded, not necessarily getting rid of the type of stories Tyler Perry tells, but also giving us something else. And y'all could correct me in the comments if I'm wrong to say these things, because I do not watch Sisters regularly, but I know people who do, and I've seen a few episodes, and it seems like that's probably the closest thing to what I'm saying that he's done. But like, a lot of his stuff is like acrimony and
Yeah. I mean, saying that they're erasing Black history while saying you're going to put out another Broken Woman movie. And also, while we know that a new Medea trailer just dropped, it's
oh
like,
yeah, Medea's on vacation or something like that, or Medea's,
who knows? Who
I
cares?
forget what it is.
Whatever. It's like, the point is, you don't make anything contentially, as you would say, contentially, you
Intentionally.
don't make anything that
Mm-hmm.
is showing us in a positive light or helping with the Black
Mm-hmm.
history that they're trying to erase visually.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we know you paid people and did these things behind the scenes, and that's lovely. But everything in your filmography is putting people down and doing clown ignorant shit. For you to go up there and speak about the fake sun on the beach moment and say that we got to continue to walk on the beach and put our footprints in the sand because they're trying to erase our history. It's like, fam, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Then do some of the shit you're saying. Go make a positive film. Go make a film where there's like an African queen, or just a positive woman film. Not, hey, guess what? Y'all also gonna make another broken woman film be number one. Thanks, ladies.
Right. I just hate that that's kind of a genre, you know?
It's his genre.
Right. But I
That's
just
what
hate
makes it
that
even
that's kind
worse. I
of,
agree, it shouldn't be a genre, but not only that, it's the number one thing he does.
yeah.
That's it. That's
Put
my
my
two
glasses
two,
back on
two
because,
cents.
uh,
That's
yeah,
it.
no,
That's my 2 cents.
I appreciate that. I think you make valid points as well. I
Yeah,
did put
I'm
my,
just adding to what you said.
yeah. And I did put my shades on because I'm the king of R&B, and we wear sunglasses inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Weeknights. Thank you for being here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.